You are watching Reflections with Triggerz.
Reflection.
Starring Triggerz McKnickers.
He's a professor.
Contemplating life's mysteries.
He's all smart stuff.
Oh, Antifa. You constantly excuse your shitty misanthropic behavior as a necessary mean to battle white supremacists. And yet, why is it that your numbers comprise of far more Caucasians than the free speech advocates you tend to assault? And know how you so want to punch white nationalists like Richard Spencer in the face. Because they call for racial segregation and blame all perceived social problems on the genetic shortcomings of the other. Wow, such a morally sound position. And who could reasonably be against you? Well, probably those who notice how you quite often stand shoulder to shoulder with black supremacists who call for racial segregation and blame all perceived social problems on the genetic shortcomings of the other. Didn't quite think this through, did you? You also claim to speak for the oppressed working class, just like every other communist insurrectionist group right before filling up the gulags and mass graves, and yet most of the working class, the ones who break their backs daily in order to build and maintain the cushy and convenient modern world around you, seem to hate your posh and entitled guts. I wonder why that is. Could it be because half of you are coddled trust funders who will remain protected from real-world consequences, from freshman orientation till the day you collect your Social Security? Or could it be that the other half are unwashed gutter-punt squatters who do nothing all day but panhandle for beer money and date rape the suburbanite scene girls who are trying way too hard to piss off their professional parents? It must be because, either way, and aside from all the manic panic stains under your fingernails, your hands are as smooth as a newborn's ass wrapped in silk. And who knows what that actually feels like? Whoever he is, I'm sure that Salon.com is writing an apologetic expose on him as we speak. It's not like they're too busy with reporting on the extensive property damage you commie bastards cause. Whenever a black fetishizing gay Jew shits all over your safe spaces. White supremacists indeed. But ultimately, you masked black-clad heroes, or as mainstream media would have us believe, you cannot win this cultural war against the great American tradition of free speech and self-determinism. And it's certainly in no small part because you're trying your damnedest to pick a fight with those who swore an oath to defend the Constitution against all enemies, both foreign and domestic. The ones with an actual working pair of nuts and armed to the teeth. But even if you were actually battling fascists, which you're not, most of the time, and I cannot stress that enough, the American public at large would still not side with you. Out of pragmaticism, if nothing else. Oh sure, living under totalitarian oppression sucks, but it's better than living under another equally oppressive system while starving. So I guess that we may never learn from the Weimar Republic, doomed to repeating their mistakes, because your activist professors had revised the story, thus burying the lesson. So you think that a monster like Hitler had just risen to absolute power because the Treaty of Versailles had wounded the German pride? Well, I guess this helps the white guilt along. Quite the lucrative scheme thus far. But isn't it funny how the scholars, before the 1960s, mentioned crippling socialist programs that created a massive economic downturn, and the cultural elites who were pushing homosexual agendas while snubbing German classics? What about the Jewish intellectuals insisting that white German identity be eradicated in order to complete some Marxist utopian vision? And what about the communist street gangs who readily shut down nationalist rallies through violent means? And what about the crippled veterans who were denied proper governmental assistance after spending years fighting needless foreign wars? And lastly, a working class majority feeling disregarded and exploited and in desperate need of some major political recourse from a charismatic leader who promised a better future through patriotism. Oh wow, déjà vu.